Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition has been out on the Switch 2 for a week now, and we've already got plenty of feedback. In this video, we'll break down the visuals, how the game runs, and what makes this port pretty impressive. Forget whatever limits you thought handheld gaming had, this changes the game. A title that once melted high-end PCs and couldn't even run on last-gen's consoles. Now, in your hands, looking this good? Wild. So today, we're diving deep into what might be one of the most mind-blowing ports we have ever seen. Let's break it all down. Alright, let's rewind a bit. Cyberpunk 2077 didn't exactly have the smoothest launch, especially on old-gen consoles. And when we got the first trailer for the Switch 2, it was a big surprise. I remember talking about it with my friend Antoine, shout out to him, and we were stunned. Even more impressive, what they showed off was based on a build that was only 7 weeks old, not the full dev cycle. Since then, they improved it for the full release on June 5th. So, how could a portable handle something this big? Well, it's thanks to the power of the Switch 2. According to developers at Koei Tecmo, the Nintendo Switch 2's raw computing power is closer to the Xbox Series S than to the PlayStation 4. While exact specs haven't been confirmed yet, early benchmarks and developer feedback suggest that the Switch 2 significantly outperforms the PS4, especially in CPU performance. Some even say it rivals or exceeds the PS4 Pro in certain aspects. Thanks to modern features like DLSS, the Switch 2 is seen as a major leap forward, capable of running ambitious, current-gen titles that were previously out of reach for Nintendo's hardware. And that's where the biggest Switch 2 feature for me comes into play. The DLSS is a game changer for the console. The Nintendo Switch 2 is the first portable console to officially support DLSS technology. And I will show some clips from the YouTube channel El Analista de Bits, so thanks to them. It is a night and day difference compared to the Steam Deck version, because the Steam Deck is using the FSR and not the DLSS. I mean, just look at this footage. The Switch 2 version is way ahead visually, and even the FPS are not far away. CD Projekt Red pulled off some serious sorcery here. Visually, the game feels way beyond what we expected from a handheld. Cyberpunk 2077 on Switch 2 has two graphics modes. The quality mode that targets 1080p at 30 FPS in both docked and handheld, and the performance mode that targets 40 FPS at 1080p when docked and 720p when handheld. It's not always locked, of course, some dips happen, especially in places like Dogtown. And to be fair, that's not surprising. Even with a great PC, you can have drops in this area. But even if the frame rate isn't perfect, it feels responsive and fluid. On top of that, there is the HDR10 support, a first for handheld Nintendo gaming. Sure, compromises were made, fewer NPCs, simpler shadows, reflections died back, but what matters? This still feels like Cyberpunk. It runs better than the PS4 and Xbox One, or even the Steam Deck in a lot of aspects. And visually, you won't notice a big difference with the PS5 or Xbox Series version. Of course, the frame rate is way better on the performance mode on these last ones, but you are holding a AAA open-world RPG in your hands. No, it won't beat a PS5 or RTX 4090 build, but that's not the point. This is Cyberpunk 2077 on the go, and finally done right. Performance aside, CDPR didn't stop there. Again, thanks to 120K for the footage, so they added gyro aiming. It's quite precise, it's fluid, and it actually works well. The touchscreen feature is actually insane. You can just click on the map and it opens, you can zoom it with your fingers, and directly track some quests. It's really cool. You can also use the mouse mode, which is a brand new feature from the Switch 2, or you can just use your own mouse. Yeah, that's quite impressive. And of course, there is the full cross progression. So you can start on PC or PlayStation, then pick up on Switch 2 and continue your game in the train or when you're in your bed. From the first tests, Cyberpunk 2077 lasts a bit over 2 hours of playtime on the Switch 2 battery. And all of that fits on a single 64GB cartridge with no massive day 1 patch required. So I'm pretty impressed, but what's the critics think of it? Reviews are running as we speak, and they are looking pretty good. On Metacritic, the game's sitting at an 82. That's based on 16 critic reviews. And that's even with one weird outlier, a 4 out of 10 score from a French outlet. Oui, j'ai mal à ma France. So they compare it to high-end consoles without considering hardware limits and overlook the solid optimization. This review feels more like nitpicking than an objective critic, lacking basic understanding of console performance. But their review history is, let's just say, inconsistent. Most other outlets, very positive. Nintendo Life gave it a 9 out of 10, praising the visuals and smooth performance. Hobby Consolas called it the gold standard for third-party sports on the system, and everyone is basically saying the same thing. This is a technical flex, a real look what we can do moment for CDPR and the Switch 2, and that's what you need to understand. This port is a game changer for the future Switch 2 releases. If Cyberpunk 2077 is able to run smoothly at 30 FPS, even 40 in performance mode, you can imagine a lot of other games being supported on the console. So, Cyberpunk 2077 on Switch 2, is it blowing us away? Absolutely. A full-scale, uncompromised RPG running this well on an handheld? Nobody saw it coming. DLSS, smooth performance, all the content, cross-save, gyro-aiming, the whole package. This is CDPR proving they are still full of surprises, and it's a huge win for Nintendo's new hardware. If you're getting a Switch 2, this is a must-play. What do you guys think? Ready to check in into Night City anywhere you go? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you like this breakdown, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to not miss Cyberpunk news. Thanks for watching, and if you're curious about the Witcher 4's Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, check out this video right here.